Corby has been the magician of their whole situation. Not much of a reveal since I told you that a while ago. Sorry. Anyway, everything is orchestrated through Corby and by Corby. He hits Sydney with an arrow while he conjures the river. He puts the idea of the general in Mac's head, pretending it's insignificant.
Lots of rank around. Looks like a general.
Sure. A general. He's a general.
He orchestrates the plan to get more guns and food, though almost no one eats it.
Sydney, better grab something to eat. Maybe a long time till our next feast. It's really too bad that the sun doesn't burn his screen instead of brown. Camouflage. Well, if you see some strange faces across the way, just wave to them casually and try to look as native as possible.
He says green skin, or whatever, and this summons the woman. They are nymphs, not human. While researching myths, I came across many river monsters with green skin who lure people into the water to drown them, which could be associated with river nymphs like Daphne was in the Apollo myth I told you earlier, as they both come from rivers and are meant to lure people in. So when Corby says green skin, he summons the nymphs, but when he adds that they should try to look as native as possible, he summons the monsters and they look as native as possible. But they don't sound native. We discover at the end that the enemy army speaks English, just like the men do, meaning that these women are native not to either side, but come from the river. They have their own language. Corby also puts the Tempest idea in Sydney's head.
Of course, a blazing island with a tempest of gunfire around it.
Which is the story he tells the woman.
Then the spirit in magician's power goes back to the island and tells Miranda that her father's dead. The spirit sings how he's dead at the bottom of the ocean. His bones are coral, his eyes are pearls, and Miranda, her father's dead.
Along with where Prospero comes from.
Prospero the magician.
Along with the lines he's singing at the very end of the movie. He makes the girl seem appetizing and leaves Sydney alone with her and his gun. He's also the one who makes them go back, wondering now if everything is okay. Perhaps someone has to witness Sydney at this moment to complete his way into insanity. Corby makes the decision to go through with Mac's plan as if it wasn't his plan to begin with. He makes Fletcher kill himself and wound the general. The general must be killed as well, but this time by Corby's hand and gun. He even says they have to go back for the general. Sacrifices have been made. One cannot exist in two places at once, just as one cannot exist as two people in one body in Sora, Kairi, and Riku's case. They escape, and Mac, as one final moment of sacrificing himself for others, allows Sydney into his wrath before he dies, a hero. Sydney has lost it though. He has become as Corby describes people earlier in the film, lost in a world of islands only. But is he saved, you might be asking? Though the film is a bit ambiguous, I believe he is, and this is also Corby's doing. If we understand that to escape from our prison we must first sacrifice ourselves, then remember that Corby set it up so the girl would die by Sydney's hand. Sydney, unlike the other soldiers, is innocent. Just like the girl. This is indicated by how Corby coddles him, and how he reacts to the dog when it shows up, or how he protects the girl with the other men there, only to go nuts once they're alone, craving attention or at least a smile, as if what he really wants is a mother, not a lover. Ew. But Sydney's mirror is the girl. The river spirit come up to haunt him, and I believe he does survive, and they do find him in the end, if only because he did murder his own mirror. Even if it wasn't as justifiable as Fletcher's or Corby's own sacrifices. Well, I guess I'm not very good at surprising you. So here's something that won't blow your mind in any way.